I absolutely am. Go ahead, Pete. We're
25,
going to
yes.
start with you.
I just wanted to go through the agenda briefly and just update for the study session. No correspondence tonight from the police department. Old business, as you're aware, we had a emergency hire process last month, and it ended December 20th, and we're going to extend that deadline to continue. And due to the holidays and some other circumstances, we thought it would be best to extend it. And
Sir, could you please speak into the mic, please?
microphone? Okay,
Yeah,
how
thank
about
you.
now? A little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay. And we were going to hold that emergency hire process open until we establish the new hire list that we're also going through at the same time. So we're working with Stenard and Associates to work with that new hire list though too. So this will be the emergency hire will be our immediate need to replace, and then we'll start working off the traditional hire list.
Okay, so are you going to need a motion to extend that emergency hire process, or we never put a deadline on it?
We never put a deadline on it, we just approved the emergency hire process. I just wanted to get in, because it was approved not November, it was a November meeting, it was approved.
And then, can you tell us if you've had any response at all in regard to
We
the
haven't had
emergency
any
hire?
responses in
None?
regards to that, none.
And do you anticipate a change that would,
Well, we're gonna leave it open in regards to, because we don't have the new hire process list in place yet. So once we get that new hire in place, that could deduct the emergency hire
okay, so we're going to extend the emergency hire process until the new list.
established. I'll bring that to the
established.
board's attention, that's why I have it under the old business, and then we can recommend to the board.
And since we're talking about the hiring process, so the new hire process, where are we at with that so far?
It was posted today,
Just today? And then how long do they have for the applications to be in by?
60 days.
60 days from today?
We haven't had one,
Not emergency certified law officer, but during that process, we did have about a dozen to 15, was it about 15? 15 individuals wanting to apply as recruits to the police department. So that's why we're trying to get the traditional hire process list going.
we can run both of them at the same time?
Yes.
The emergency and the new hire?
Well, the board approved to conduct emergency hire, and then, and also in the November meeting, I believe, or December meeting, the board approved to initiate the process till we establish a list. So we don't have a list on the certified list on the traditional hire process.
Chief, does our salary based to like St. John or anything is hindering people from coming over?
I don't know if it's that much, or is there's a big demand for officers in all departments in the area.
Yeah, I seen Maryville.
Recruitment's a huge challenge right now.
Okay.
So in the past, we did, as you know, sitting on the board, in the past, we've had several individuals apply for other departments.
Yeah, but you'd figure Schererville would be one of the ones
Yeah.
that people would want to come to. What do you,
We're researching that right now and seeing what's going on out there, and it seems like currently there's another 4 departments that I just looked up today that have emergency hire processes going as well, in addition to a traditional hire process. You know, state police is reporting that there are 200 officers below authorized strength that I've seen so far. And I'm trying to verify a lot of that to go through there, what angles we could take or what kind of recruitment.
Okay. What else you got, Chief?
Okay, so of course, under new business, we'll have the election of the officers during the regular meeting. And then we'll go down to D, which is the Life-Saving Award by Officer Hickok. We had anticipation of doing that tonight, but I'm going to ask the board to make a motion to move that to next month, since we have also a retirement of K-9 Juno. He's 10-year-old, our K-9 that retired on December, his last working shift was December 23rd, and he's been 10 years with our department, and Officer Bonadonna, who's been our handler for 18 years. So we were looking to recognize all that in February at 1 instead of splitting it up between the 2 months. So I'm going to ask the board to motion that for next month's agenda. And then also we have the awards and the recognition for next month like we do annually.
Okay. Are we going to need a motion to amend the agenda to remove that, or just when we get to it, just say that we'll make a motion to table it?
When we get to it, we can just.
Okay, very good.
We'll get it. Was it a motion just to, we have to jump?
When we get to it, we'll just.
Get
yeah.
to it. we'll
Okay,
just-
okay. All righty. So, yeah, because we have the annual awards too, so we're going to put that together, so that way it's all on one night, so we're not splitting up the retirements and the annual awards. I think it'd be a good night to have everybody on one date.
Okay.
And then also, we'll have the policy update for the reserve program. I don't know if I sent that off to you a few days ago, hoping you had time to review it. But basically, what we did, we summarized some of the sections, for example, the use of force. Instead of summarizing it there verbatim in that, we just referred them to the use of force policy. So the reader that is reading that policy and interpreting that, it'll just, when it comes to use of force, they would just be directed to the use of force policy, policy number 801. That way it's verbatim into what should be reading instead of summarized in one policy and then reading another policy. So it'll just direct the reader to go to policy 801. And then also we identified specific tasks that we would desire for our reserve officers to complete before they go into solo patrol. That was one of the things we didn't have listed on there before, so we would want them to be proficient at certain skill sets, and then they can build off of those skill sets. And it also helps the field training officers to identify every shift when they work, because they're only working maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times a month. So since it's spread out, so we want some proficiency in certain tasks. So we discussed.
I did get a chance to look at that, and I
Yeah.
did review it.
But we discussed that with our reserve policy board, and we did have a meeting with, I sat in on a meeting with our reserve officers also, and they're all good with that. And I think it's a good idea to move forward in that direction, because it identifies what they'll be trained on every night, and we have specific goals and targets to move forward. And once they learn those and they're able to graduate and work solo patrol, then based on their skill sets, they can elevate themselves and do other skills or other tasks.
Okay.
So then, like I mentioned earlier, retirement of K-9 Juno. K-9 Juno was on the police department for 10 years, started off with Officer Bonadonna, Detective Bonadonna. Detective Bonadonna's been our K-9 handler for 18 years approximately with Sherwood Police Department. And then 10 years old is most likely the average life of a K-9 shepherd, so. And currently we have 2, which is Yeti and Dado. They're young dogs, so we still have several good years left of them. And also, we'd like to welcome our new board member, Robert Volkman, tonight. He's unable to come tonight, but we hope to see him next month.
Chief, do you have plans to have a replacement for Juno?
Yeah, we're looking into that right now. It's basically we're trying to figure out the cost, doing a cost analysis and see what's available out there. We're looking for a particular dog. We're looking for a shepherd. So, and we have to see which provider we can go through. There's only 2 in the area here. One's in Dyer and one's down in, I believe it's Denver. Is it Denver, Indiana, or? Yeah, it's the southern part of it. So we're looking into those other options. We also, briefly before the meeting a couple weeks ago, I did speak to somebody that is a provider down in Texas that's getting shepherds from Europe. So we'd like to find out what's going on with him in regards to another K-9.
So just as a reminder, so how many K-9 units do we have?
We have 2 right now, yes.
have
We
2.
had 4, and now we're down to 2.
Okay.
And that summarizes my part of the agenda here, so I could turn it over to the fire department if you don't have any other questions.
I think we're good. Chief Patterson, it's all yours.
All right, we just had correspondence for the a thank you letter from the Lake Hills Fire Department that I just wanted to acknowledge. It was for all the help that we did for them, for one of their firefighters with 46 years that was still on the department, passed away. We helped with their funeral and wake, so they sent us a thank you letter for all the help that we did for them. So then we had no old business, and then for new business, we're going to be doing in the swearing in of the 3 officers that you guys helped us do interviews for. And I do want to say thank you to each one of you that helped us out with that. It was We really do appreciate your help with that, and I think we had some good results from it. And then the last thing I had was the list from the interviews for the lieutenant. I wanted to get approval for you, from the board for the lieutenant's promotional registry for a 2-year period, and that list will expire on December 18th of 2026. So I will be looking for approval for that list to last for 2 years.
And how many names are on that list?
There is 5,
Okay.
and that's all I got. One thing I just want to update you, with all these promotions, it opened a spot on the floor, so we are currently in the process of hiring process also. The hiring process started January 2nd and will end February 7th. We're utilizing a new hiring process company called Public Safety Answers, where they do a lot of the stuff all online and that. And this is sent out nationally, and we've already got 15 applicants put in already for it. So far, it looks like it's working really well for us. So we'll keep you posted on it. And that's all I got.
Pretty good. So with that new hiring process, Chief, just, you're still gonna, it's still gonna involve an interview involving one of the board members?
Yes, we'll sit down with you guys. We're
Two
going
of
to
us,
need 2
okay.
people from the board, along with 2 of our personnel. We'll do the online type of, you'll review the interviews that are online, and then grade them, and then we'll also do once we get through that process, then we'll do a live sit-down interview with the candidates also.
A time factor as to when you think this will be finished, or to the point where we'll be doing interviews, any idea?
Well, look, obviously with February 7th being the deadline, and then through that, so it might be in May, somewhere, or March or April maybe.
Okay. And that doesn't require schooling?
That's all I got.
Okay. So we have 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, let's
Okay. The Town of Cherville Board of Safety meeting for January 9th, 2025. Ask everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll move on to the roll call.
Eric Graff,
I'm here.
George Corus,
Here.
David Enigenberg,
Here.
David Jaruzelski,
Present.
Robert Volkman, Attorney Christian Bartholomew,
Here.
Police Chief Pete Sormaz,
Here.
Deputy Chief of Police Steve McNamara, Fire Chief Robert Patterson,
Here.
Deputy Fire Chief David Meyer, Recording Secretary Stephanie Bodiger, here.
We'll move on to the approval of the minutes. I'll need a motion for the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any conversation, gentlemen? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Move on to correspondence. We'll start with the fire department. The thank you letter from the Lake Hills Fire Department, Chief Patterson.
Yes, in November of 2024, Lake Hills lost one of their firefighters, Ron Vale Sr., who was a member with the Lake Hills Fire Department for 46 years. We helped them assist with their wake and funeral, and they sent us a thank you letter. That's all I got.
Thank you, Chief. Chief Sormas, anything under correspondence?
Nothing under correspondence tonight.
Thank you, sir. Move on to old business. Start with the PD. Chief Sormas with the new hire process and the emergency hire process.
Yes, as an update, the emergency hire process has been extended as of December 20th. Back in November, the board approved an emergency hire process, and we're extending it now to see if we can seek additional applicants. And while we're extending the emergency hire process, we also posted the traditional hire process in hopes of getting applicants for the academy, some recruits, and that process will be open for 60 days. And after that 60 days, we will do the subsequent parts of the physical and the written tests in working to establish a certified list. So,
Okay, thank you for the follow-up on that, Chief. Old business from the fire department?
No
Chief
old business.
Thank you, sir. We'll go on to new business, and we'll start with the election of the officers on the Board of Safety.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion. I would like to nominate Mr. Graff as chairman, Mr. Koros as vice chair, and Mr. Jaruzelski as secretary.
We have a motion. Do we have any other nominees for any of those other positions? Hearing none, I'll need a second on the motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any conversation? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Move on to Fire Department, the swearing in of the officers. Chief Patterson.
Yes, at this time, if I can get Mike Troxel to come up to do the swearing in for Battalion Chief John Gedemans from the position of Battalion Chief to Assistant Chief. If I could also have his wife step forward, too.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, your name. I, John. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Indiana, and that I will faithfully discharge my official duties as Assistant Chief of the Town of Cherville Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana. According to law and to the best of my abilities, so help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, and congratulations one more time. Captain and his wife please step forward. Captain is being promoted to Battalion Chief of the Flagship.
Joe, how you doing? Good. How are you? Good to see you. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Joseph Conasug,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully discharge my official duties
and I will faithfully discharge my official duties
as Battalion Chief of the Town of Schererville Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana,
as Battalion Chief of the Town of Schererville Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana,
according to law and the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to law and the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, at this time, I could have firefighter paramedic Ryan Abrams step forward. He is being promoted to lieutenant of Red Shift.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ryan Obbins,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully discharge my official duties
and that I will faithfully discharge my official duties
as Lieutenant of the Town of Schererville Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana,
as Lieutenant of the Town of Schererville Fire Department, Lake County, Indiana,
according to law and the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to law and the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Now, at this time, if I can get the officers back up here, and then Father Mick, if you can please step forward. And Father's going to give a prayer for the new elected officers. Wherever you want. Is that good?
Definitely well. And let us pray. All-powerful God, you are the source of all that is good. To you we owe our thanks for your many blessings. We pray for these newly sworn officers. We ask that you protect each of them as they undergo uncertain incidents and dangers in the fulfillment of the duties that they have here sworn to uphold. Give them clarity of mind to recall the training they have had. Give them nerves of steel as they encounter stressors so profound that most people can never even imagine. Give them the strength and courage to do the job entrusted to them. Give them wisdom and concern for others as they direct others in their work. We beseech you to keep their families in your care as they send their loved ones to do their work. Lord, keep them and all members of the Schererville Fire Department, as well as all firefighters and emergency workers, safe from harm and effective in serving others. All this we ask you in your love for us. Amen.
Thank you, Chief. We'll move on to the approval of the lieutenant's promotion register. Chief Patterson.
Yes, with the promotional process, we did the interviewing. We have a list of 5 candidates that are left on that list, and I'm looking for approval to keep that list for a 2-year period, ending, I believe it was December 18th of 2027, I believe, correct? I had it on that list, or 26, I'm sorry.
26, correct. Okay, I'll need that in the form of a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second, any conversation, gentlemen? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It passes unanimously. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Item D is a life-saving award, and I'm going to need a motion to table this till the next meeting.
So moved.
Mr. Chairman, if I could, for the March meeting, I made an error. It was for the March meeting, when we have our annual awards, we'll combine these 2 ceremonies.
Very good. So I'll need this, this motion to include this will be tabled until the March meeting.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, any conversation, gentlemen? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll go on to the PD policy update. Chief Sormas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to recommend to the board a policy update on our police reserve program. There was 2 areas that we edited on that policy. One was the tasks and the skill sets that need to be proficient before the officer can be promoted to solo patrol. And the other one was the amount of hours that the officers had to commit to completing before being promoted to solo patrol. And the policy was reviewed by our board attorney here for recommendation to move forward.
Okay, so I'll need a motion for the updated policy in regard to the police reserve program. Need a motion?
Motion to approve the updated policy, Police Reserve Program number 22-01.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, George. Any conversation, gentlemen? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, Chief Sormas. Move on to reports, starting with Police Chief Sormas.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to announce that K-9 Juno retired December 23rd of 2024. He's been our K-9 for approximately 10 years, and we're looking to recognize him at the March meeting also, along with the life-saving awards there with the annual ceremony that we have for the officers. And his handler, Anthony Bonadonna, has been with the police as a handler with the Schererville Police Department for approximately 18 years. So we'd like to announce that and look forward to seeing everybody at the March meeting. Also, we'd like to welcome new board member Robert Volkman to the board. And my reports are in your packet for tonight, the remaining reports.
Thank you, Chief Sormas. Reports, Fire Chief Patterson.
Only additional report I wanted to give was that with all the promotions in the department, we have open position on the floor. So from January 2nd to February 7th, we are out having a hiring process at this time. That's all I got.
Thank you, Chief. We'll move on to any reports from the attorney.
Yes, I just had a few comments. As you all know, the state of Indiana recently passed a law that would automatically impose merit boards on the police and fire departments with the option to opt out of those processes. Votes were held by both departments on December 20th, and the police department decided to opt out by vote of its officers. The fire department decided to opt into the merit board system. Therefore, we will be proceeding with constituting a merit board for the fire department. That will consist of 5 individuals with various requirements that are specified in the statute. That has to be put into place by March 1st. That will also require a vote of the fire department members, which we'll be working on getting all the pieces in play for that. Once the board has been constituted, the members of the merit board will then proceed with the process of coming up with rules, regulations, a system that they want to use to make determinations on hiring, firing, disciplinary matters, et cetera. This is it's a fairly new process for it. There will be a lot of legwork involved. Myself and Attorney Alfredo Estrada will be working with Attorney Austin to get all the pieces in play in the appropriate timeframes, and we look forward to that coming together successfully. So,
Thank you. Move on to any business from the board members.
Mr. President, today is National Law Appreciation Day. I'd like to give a big shout out to our men and women in blue who serve Cherville for an outstanding job. Thank you for your service.
I'd like to go ahead and congratulate and thank those who got promoted today, and I encourage them to keep doing the great work that they are doing.
Thank you, George. Any business from the floor? Hearing none, I will need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
This motion is adjourned. Thanks for coming out, guys.